like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello, that's the check calling. Let me click over real quick to let my check talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. But an ass back, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us in downtown New Orleans at the Mercedes-Benz. From the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. What's the run? They're running it. Kill. Turn up. 630. Yeah, Liz.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And right away, he lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Now it's Carson, and the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So,
and he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. Some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
29 is the mic. We are going. Hey, we're not going.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Hey, exit. Here we go, here we go. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Let's go, defense. Our time. This right now. You got 58. Hey, take 26.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
319. That's a set. Come on, fella. 30. Hey, wahoo. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Get 300. Get 300. Hey, Foxtrot. Foxtrot. Yes.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
I don't care what game it is. Everyone's always looking for an early advantage, an early break, and they almost had one there. That should have been an interception. Nice catch. Just couldn't get his feet down in bounds.
And offensively lucky to have that one back. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Hey, Delta. Mike 29. Let's put him on the punt. Let's put that team on the punt.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gun. 8. Express.
2nd and 5 now. Newton. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. A I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big play ability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Plant. Go.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Rodgers now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10.
He's tired of me. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Zoom. Mike 29. Exit.
Rodgers to throw once more. And this one's incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And a short gain down to about the 33. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Now Rodgers from the gun, he'll throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Gun.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Newton. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Check, 59.
Now Newton. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Newton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once
Cam fighting, he lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Box it. Kill.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 25 on second down, Rodgers. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 25 yards for the touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown.
feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns. PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Jalen Hurd, the intended receiver, but it's going to be second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Mike, check. 59. Let's go, D. Gonna be a
To throw again, Newton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 34.
Complete to Jalen Hurd.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
From the 50, Newton. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Going for Metcalf, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup of 38. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Rodgers, operating from the gun. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Coleman now. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 42-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 11th touchdown of the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. Couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Jumper. Get 300. Get 300.
Now it's Rodgers. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
29 is a Mike. Mike 20. Hey, 88. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Rodgers. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, Coach. Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what the
ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
36.
Newton. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a first down following a gain of 3. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
20. Rush in. Rush hard. 34's the mic. 34's the mic. Switch. Hey. Gun. Mike 34. Express. Mike 34.
Out of the gun, Newton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Gun.
Newton throwing again. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards. Throwing again is Newton. There goes a deep ball, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Equanimous St. Brown, touchdown number 18 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. On 2nd and 9, Newton. That's complete to his speedy wideout Goodwin.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run on 1st down. Carson. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan. 3rd and 2, Newton letting one go deep for the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. 4 touchdown passes now for Cam Newton. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
25 yards that time.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 29. Okay, over here. Easy.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
26. Plant. Hey, Charlie. Here we go. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Now Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
Five. Mike 29.
Here's Rodgers throwing on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing just outside his own goal line. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
What is it? Right at the 86 is the mark. 80. 56 the mark, boys. 56. Check.
Now Newton on 1st down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The surprise 2nd-round pick, Sean Bunning, there to get a hand in. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On 3rd down, it's Carson. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
No.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully...
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Gold to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Now Rodgers. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Yeah, Liz. 29 is a Mike. Bravo. Squeeze, double. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29. I got it.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late. That they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. On 1st down, Carson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
Gun. 8.
Back to throw, Newton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Newton. eluding the pressure right. And able to haul it in is Kittle. He got 29 yards that time. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Carson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. On 2nd and 11 now. Newton. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off down near the 5. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week. And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way. You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. I'm off.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Alpha. Box it, box it, box it, box it. Let's go, D. Let's go. 29 is the Mike. Mike.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. You got nothing today. Gun. You got nothing. 630. 29 is the Mike. Hey, high 7.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
Mike's 56. I know he ain't got it. 56.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check. 20. Gun. Shoot. SOS. 8. SOS. Express.
They run it with Carson. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards.
Gun. 56.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. In the backfield, standing alone on second and goal is McKinnon.
Kill. Gun. Great. Check 59. Mike to 59. All day. Just like that. Watch twist. Mike's 50.
Throwing is Newton, and it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Equanimous St. Brown, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the 49ers, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son reality, not